Hello students, welcome to Science 2 lecture. Today we are going to start with chapter number 4, Environmental Management. Now in this particular lecture, we are going to see what are the different components of environment, their interaction with each other, biodiversity present in the environment, and what are the threats to the environment and biodiversity, and what different measures can be taken for environment conservation. So all these topics will be covered in this particular lecture. Now, before starting today's lecture, let us first do what points you should remember while studying this topic. So first of all, the points which will be included is ecosystem. Okay. Now, what is ecosystem? Ecosystem is the presence of biotic and abiotic factors and how do they interact with each other. This together forms the ecosystem, right? Then the chapter will have terms of producers. So who are the producers? Green plants which prepare their own food are called as producers, right? Then herbivores which feed on green plants, they are the herbivores. Then we have predators and then we have decomposers, right? So these are few terms which you will go through in this lecture, in this particular lecture. Now after watching this lecture, you will be revising what is ecosystem and in interaction with its component, all right, and how to maintain, how ecosystem maintains a balance in the environment. All right, so first of all, what is an ecosystem? Just now I told you that ecosystem is the interaction between the biotic and abiotic components present in the surrounding, right? So together the interaction between the biotic and abiotic components which is present in the surrounding forms an ecosystem, right? Now the different components of ecosystem are, as I said, the biotic components. So what are biotic components? These are the living organisms which are present in the surrounding are coming under biotic components. What are these living organisms? Green plants, herbivores, carnivores, decomposers, they are considered as living organisms. Alright. Then abiotic components are what? These are the non-living factors which are present in the surrounding. For example, air, soil, sunlight, minerals, organic and inorganic substances all together forms the abiotic components. Alright. Then the next question is, which are the types of consumers and what are the criteria for their classification? Alright. So the types of consumers are three types: primary consumers, secondary consumers and tertiary consumers. Alright. So the first one, primary consumers are, examples are cattle, goats, deer, sheep. This comes under the primary consumers. Okay. These animals mainly eat plant. They are also called as herbivores. Okay. Who are herbivores? Herbivores are the primary consumers. They only eat plant and they, for example, cattle, all the cattle, goat, deer, sheep, they are all coming under primary consumers. Then we have secondary consumers. Now these secondary consumers are called as carnivores. Okay, carnivores are the animals that eat meat. Okay, they mainly eat meat, and example can be lion, tiger, okay, eagle. So these are what? Frogs. So then these are what? They are secondary consumers. Then we have third type, that is tertiary consumers, or they are also called as omnivores. Now these animals are able to eat both plants and humans. Okay, example can be eagle, raccoons, then humans. Humans also eat both plants and animals, right? We humans eat meat, chicken, mutton, right? Then they eat vegetables also. So what are humans? Humans are coming under tertiary consumers or omnivores. So primary consumers are herbivores, secondary consumers are carnivores, and tertiary consumers are omnivores. Alright. Now what the question asked over here is, write the name and the category of each of the component shown in the picture. Okay, so you have to first of all we have to identify the name and to which category it belongs, whether they are belonging to producers or they are primary consumers, secondary consumers or tertiary consumers. Okay, so the first picture is of green plant. Okay, let me just zoom in. Okay, the first picture is of green plant. So green plant comes under the category of producers. They prepare their own food. Then we have grasshopper. Okay, grasshopper is an herbivore. It is a primary consumer. Alright. Then we have frog. So frog is a carnivore. It is a secondary consumer. Then we have snake, again a carnivore, but here it is a tertiary consumer. Okay, he is a tertiary consumer because it is preying on a secondary consumer. Okay, so it will be coming under tertiary consumer. Then we have eagle, and then we have bacteria. Okay, bacteria or fungi which are coming under the category of decomposers. Alright, now see. This hawk is coming, or eagle is coming in the apex consumer. Why it is so? Because eagle preys on the tertiary consumer, so they come under the apex consumer. Alright, now what is necessary to convert this? Second question, what is necessary to convert this picture into a food web? Okay, this particular picture, why it is necessary to convert it in a food web? Now, other organisms which are belonging to different trophic levels should be added in the existing food chain. Now, it is necessary to convert a food chain into a food web because in nature, simple food chain rarely exists. It is never like this type of chain will only exist. No, the chains are very complicated. Okay. There are different organisms which do take place in different types of chain. Okay, now each organism in nature is consumed by several other organisms, right? A simple, you cannot say that grasshopper will be only eaten by frog. Okay, a rat can also eat a grasshopper. Okay, so if a rat is eating a grasshopper, if rat is preying on grasshopper, that chain will become different. Alright, so what happens now? Single organism is being preyed by different organism. Okay, so there are different chains which are forming. To conclude all the chains in one particular picture, food web is produced. Okay, so this is the requirement why food web is necessary, why the food chains are converted into food web. Now let us start ecosystem a review. Okay, now let's do a quick review on ecosystem. So ecosystem is formed by biotic and abiotic factors and their interaction with each other. As I've explained to you this already, how ecosystem is formed. It is formed by biotic and abiotic factors when they are interacting with each other. Each factor plays very important role in the ecosystem. Producers like plants are important. Herbivores like deer, goats, sheep, cattle, horse, etc. feed upon producers are also important as they will be eaten by the herbivores. Alright, now each trophic level is equally important. The field organisms like termites, insects, though they are dirty, they are responsible for cleaning the environment. Now children, see over here, see, we understood the term that what is ecosystem. Alright, it is formed by biotic and abiotic factors with their interaction with each other. Right, now each factor which is present in an ecosystem plays a very important role in their own. Okay, they are playing a very important role in their own. For example, let us talk about plants. So plants are what? They are the producers. Okay, they are the producers. Now who feeds on the producers? Herbivores feed on the producers, right? Now if plants are not produced, if there are less plants present, are the herbivores will be able to feed on them? No. Now what will happen if they are not getting plenty of food? So herbivores are gonna die, right? So I hope you are able to understand the meaning behind this, that each factor is प्लेइंग इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल इन द नेचर। प्लांट अगर प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है, प्लांट अगर ज्यादा है तो उनका एक रीजन है। क्यों है? क्योंकि हार्बीवोर्स उन पे फीड करते हैं। हार्बीवोर्स क्या खाते हैं? प्लांट्स को खाते हैं, ठीक है। अगर प्रोड्यूसर्स ही कम हो गए, अगर प्लांट्स ही कम हो गए तो हार्बीवोर्स फिर क्या खाएंगे? उन्हें खाना कम मिलेगा, है ना। तो उनका अगर खाना कम हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा? अल्टीमेटली दे आर गोना डाई, ठीक है। अगर हार्बीवोर्स कम हो जाएंगे तो हार्बीवोर्स को कौन कंज्यूम करता है? सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर्स कंज्यूम करते हैं, ठीक है। कार्निवोर्स खाते हैं, इजंट इट। तो हर एक जो कंपोनेंट है, हर एक ट्रॉपिक लेवल जो है वो अपना खुद में एक इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है, ठीक है। उनका खुद का हर एक टॉपिक लेवल इम्पॉर्टेंट है, अदरवाइज फूड चेन जो है वो ब्रेक हो जाएगी, ठीक है। इवन दो टर्माइट्स या फिर जो इंसेक्ट्स होते हैं, जो माइन्यूट टाइनी इंसेक्ट्स होते हैं, वो भी फूड चेन में एक इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं। दे आर रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर क्लीनिंग द एनवायरमेंट, ओके। द decomposers which are there, bacteria and fungi, what are they? They are basically cleaning the environment. Once the animals die, once the carnivores or the herbivores die, who clean them? Who decomposes them? They are the decomposers. Bacteria and fungi decompose them, right? So you can see that each trophic level or each and every organism has its important role in the ecosystem, has its important role in the environment. They are responsible for one of the important factor in their own. All right. So this is basic review of an ecosystem. Now let us see the different components which are present in ecosystem. So as I said, it is abiotic factors and biotic factors, right? Now abiotic factors consist of climatic factors, physical factors or chemical factors, okay. Now what are physical factors? It can be rain, water, okay, soil. What is this? These are what? Physical factors, okay. Climatic factor is what? Temperature, light, wind. These are what? Climatic factors. Then biotic factors have producers, consumers and decomposers. तो producers में क्या आता है? ग्रीन प्लांट या फिर हार्बीवोर्स आते हैं, प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर्स। देन कंज्यूमर्स में क्या आते हैं? प्रोड्यूसर्स में ग्रीन प्लांट्स या फिर ऑटोट्रॉप्स आते हैं, ठीक है। सो कंज्यूमर्स में क्या आते हैं? प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी और टर्शियरी कंज्यूमर्स आते हैं। एंड देन द लास्ट biotic factor is decomposers. So this contains bacteria, fungi. All right. So with this we have finished our first topic, that is ecosystem a review. I hope now everyone is been cleared what are primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, who are the producers, how they are interrelated, why food chain is necessary, why food web is necessary. Okay. So in our next class we are going to start with relationship between environment and ecosystem and environmental conservation. Thank you.